Welcome everyone, we are live for the PX1 Sports Red Zone Broadcast. I am your host, Mike Peters, and we are getting ready to kick off with two games today. Starting us off here as the Cowboys and the Redskins are getting going. Redskins are about to kick off to the Cowboys. Big Tex is the Cowboys, Eagle DX is the Redskins, and that kick is underway. And on the left-hand side of the screen, you see from Minnesota, we're about to get the Packers and the Vikings as the Cowboys run the ball out to the 28. Looks like the Vikings are going to kick it off to the Packers, and they are about to get underway as well. That one is going deep, and the Packers, Cobb is not going to return it out, so the Packers will start at the 25. Two games going live on one screen here on the PX1 Red Zone. We've got four games lined up for you tonight. You guys tell us how it sounds, if the background music sounds okay and the audio in general. But we got four games tonight. We got these two going now. We got Pittsburgh and Cleveland coming up, and then Tennessee and Miami is the fourth game of the evening. Dallas is going to fake the handoff, throws it deep down the middle on the first play of the game. Dez Bryant looks like he's going to take it in all the way to the house. A 72-yard touchdown for Dez Bryant on the second play of the game. And Dallas quickly jumping out to a 7-0 lead on the left-hand side of the screen. Then another post, and that one is complete on the outside, as it looks like Devontae Adams comes up with the big catch. So both teams going to post routes early, and Big Tex clanks the PAT off the right upright, and that is no good. So only 6 points on that drive for the Cowboys, but they got the big touchdown right off the bat. And we will focus in on that game right now as they kick off. And we'll go to the in-game broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
I'm kind of like,
I'm thinking about
first carry for Thomas Rawls, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for stopping by. This is a heck of a production. I don't really know how to explain how we do it, but it's crazy. Hope you sit back and enjoy it because it's a lot of fun. We're going to take you back out to both games as the Packers and Vikings are going. Bring you back out live to Minnesota as we got both games going. Again, it's 6-0 Dallas as the Cowboys hit the big post route to Dez Bryant on the second play of the game, and Washington is trying to answer back here under center. Thomas Rawls, the free agent pickup. Not a lot of room to run there. He's got 2 carries for 8 yards. That's going to bring up a third down. On the left-hand side of the screen, we've got the Packers trying to move down the field out across midfield. Rodgers going to dump that one off into the flat. A big hit there on the outside, as I believe that was Harold Landry with the hit. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 also for Green Bay. Is something going on with the audio? Need more description than something happened to the mic. Give me an idea of what's going on. So the Eagles going for 3rd and 1 here early on in the first quarter, trailing by 6. So the Cowboys are going to hand that off to Rawls, and he's going to pick it up, plus a few more. But there's a flag on the play. It looked like it might come after the play. Jalen Smith with the face mask. So that's going to tack on 15. And Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun on the left-hand side of the screen. He's trying to convert here as well. He's got plenty of time. He fires that one over the middle. That one is complete. Looks like Jordy Nelson hauling that one in, and that's a first down. A couple of post routes to Nelson early on for the Packers, and they got a 1st and 10 down to the 23. 1st and 10 here from the 47 for Washington, and they fired over the left. There's a post route. The crowd, lots of post routes going on in this game. That one is down to the 12-yard line. Big first down there for the Redskins. Again, we've got Pittsburgh and Cleveland coming up in a couple of minutes, and then Tennessee and Miami coming up not long after that. So we got first and 10 here for Washington on the right-hand side of the screen. They're handing off to Walls. Go up the middle again. He runs into a wall of humanity as the Cowboys make the tackle after a few-yard gain. Second and 7 on the left-hand side of the screen with Green Bay trying to put up early points here on Minnesota. The mic is too loud now? All right. All right, how's the mic now? Give me an idea of how the audio sounds now. It's weird that the mic would go kind of weird like that. Washington trying to convert the 2nd and 6 out to the left. That's Jordan Reed, and he's short of a first down, so let's bring up another short third down for the Redskins. And we got a 3rd and 3 here for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And Ty Montgomery in the backfield. Rodgers waiting patiently, fires it over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Jordy Nelson not able to get his hands on that one, and it looks like a field goal upcoming here for the Packers. Pittsburgh and Cleveland about to kick off. We'll bring that kickoff when they get on the field, and we'll go 3 games at one time shortly. And at one point tonight, we are going to have 4 games on the screen at one time. You guys let me know how the mic audio is. So 3 points on the board for Green Bay. Washington with a 3rd and 2 here. Let's go one screen. Focus in on Dallas and Washington as Washington's trying to punch it in here from 5 yards out. We'll see what happens on this kick return. It's just going to be fair caught. So in on Washington and Dallas we go. We'll take a listen to the game audio.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
So Washington with the field goal to make it 6-3. We're going to go 3 games now as on the bottom of the screen. Pittsburgh and Cleveland about to kick off. Pittsburgh kicking off to Cleveland. Cleveland's going to field it in the end zone and taking it up the middle. Not a lot of room to run there. As they get it out to the 25, so no worse for the wear. Minnesota starting off on their first drive from the 36. Actually, they got a first down. So second play on their 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for them. Right-hand side of the screen, Dallas has got the ball. There's a play action there for Minnesota. They're taking a shot deep. It looks like he's got room. And intercepted. Quentin Rollins comes away with the interception for Green Bay. And a big defensive play there as Green Bay leads 3-0. Their defense comes up big. And the bottom of the screen, Todd Gurley getting going. Zeke Elliott takes a big hit up on the top right of the screen. So another thing we've got going tonight is we've got a couple sideline reporters for us. David Roy and Neil Hennessy are reporting in on these games. Right now, not a ton of action. As here we see Ty Montgomery almost breaking free. He's out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Big play there David, we saw it on the screen, but you're watching this Green Bay, Minnesota game. Tell us what you saw on that early interception by Quentin Rollins.
Well, Bridgewater looking deep. Bridgewater throws it deep. He's missing his weapon, but he underthrows it. Rollins makes a nice play to undercut that pass, pulls it in, gives Green Bay back the ball and a chance to extend their lead.
Big play there for Green Bay's defense, and they're trying to capitalize on it here. Thank you for the update, David. Early in the game with Dallas and Washington, Dallas hits the big play to Dez Bryant to get the score. Neil, what have you seen out of the Dallas offense early on in this one?
Well, not much, to be honest. They haven't run a lot of plays. They had such a good opening play there to get the long score, and then Washington answered quickly with a long pass play of their own. Cousins' first pass, about 40 yards to Jamison Crowder, setting up the field goal at 6-3 here early.
Good games going on, and we've got more to come. Tennessee and Miami will be kicking off here very shortly as they are about to get underway. So that will be our fourth game of the evening. Welcome to everybody that's in the chat. Lots of new guys out there. Big Tex is even chatting, and he's involved in one of these games. Got Corp in here, Peyton, and Woodsmall I've seen. Simulation FL, Cam, what is up? Appreciate you stopping by. Got a big broadcast going today, and it's our first Red Zone in a long time. And we appreciate everybody stopping by, checking it out. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Action with 3 games on one screen right now. As the Cowboys hand it off to Ezekiel Elliott's got room to go, and it looks like he's got a first down. And Aaron Rodgers is under center with a 1st and 10 here on the left side of the screen. And he's got plenty of time, but he fires into traffic, and looks like that might have almost been a pass interference. No call there. Here in the bottom part of the screen, we've got Pittsburgh and Cleveland, with Cleveland trying to move down the field. They're only at the 17-yard line, so they're trying to get something going.
They're in the red zone.
And Miami is getting ready to kick off here shortly. Miggy in the house. Blah, blah. What is up, everyone? Appreciate that, Cam, with the graphics, background graphics. We got those set up, and we were excited to use it. Finally got a red zone put together. So 1st and 10 here for the Cowboys. They hand it off to Zeke again. Tries to pop outside. Nowhere to go. Aaron Rodgers throwing a screen pass to the left. And Ty Montgomery's got nowhere to go. Down to the 17-yard line. Actually, I didn't realize Cleveland was down to the 17. We'll actually go live to Cleveland as they are inside the red zone trying to put up points here on Pittsburgh or against the Steelers.
Keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
So what will they do on the ground?
Scarface in the house. Appreciate you tuning in.
Here we go. To throw is Kaiser. To the right side and complete to Njoku.
How was the game audio for you guys? Can you hear Gonin and Charles Davis? It's not really loud for me, but you guys out there watching the stream, how is the audio for you guys? Green Bay just kicked another field goal to go up 6-0 on Minnesota, and Tennessee and Miami are about to kick off, so we are going to bring you full screen with 4 games all at one time. We'll keep an eye on the Browns down in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, down to the 9-yard line. They're going to go with the Wildcat. They keep it with Jabril Peppers, who looks like he's got a first down. On the bottom right, the 4th game of the evening, Tennessee kicking off to Miami. Miami in their all orange there. And they're going to take it inside the 10, up the middle, put on a move, but nowhere to go. So 4 games on one screen, all in the PX1 VIP League. Something that no other league has ever done as far as I'm aware of. We've got them all going at one time and lots of action. There's a handoff by Minnesota. We're nowhere to go there for Dalvin Cook in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Cleveland's trying to punch it in. They throw a little fade corner route out there. There's a pass interference in the end zone. And that's going to give them 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, bottom right. Miami is starting off here from their own 23-yard line. And they're going to turn around, hand it off to Ajayi, who's got nowhere to go. So 4 games on one screen: Green Bay, Minnesota, Dallas, Washington, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Tennessee, and Miami. And there's an incomplete pass there for Teddy Bridgewater, who's 0 for 2 with an interception early on in that one. Cleveland trying to punch it in. Let's go check in on that game really quick. And they run another Wildcat here. And that one's the Corey Coleman, who gets around the edge and into the end zone for a touchdown. 6-0 Cleveland as they punch that one in on the Wildcat. The end around kind of sweep to Coleman. He gets it in. Washington trying to get out of their own end zone. And we'll dial it in on that game. Washington down at their own 1-yard line. Neil, go ahead and tell us, how did Washington wind up at their own 1-yard line here on a 2nd and 12?
I'm sorry, I didn't really hear the transition there, but Dallas was stifled there at midfield, and then just down a great punt inside the 3 there, giving Washington the ball, and then a little basic run play, and Dallas was more than ready for that.
All right, so 2nd and 12. Dallas probably going to pin their ears back and come after him here, trying to get the safety. And they're going with the pistol. Cousins in the pistol in the end zone, so risky business here. And they're bringing the heat up the middle, but they pick it up, and that's a slant that's incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 from the 1-yard line. We'll go back to 4 games now as we take a look at all 4 games in action right now. 1st and 10, and the Packers have the ball back. David, what's going on in that one? How did the Packers get the ball back?
Well, Green Bay's defense really did a good job shutting down this Minnesota offense, forcing the punt. Cobb had a decent return, and this Green Bay offense, everything seems to be going their way. They're putting the pieces together in a really crucial game for them to try and salvage something out of this season. And for Minnesota, if you're paying attention on their side, they really don't want to drop one in the NFC playoff race.
You definitely want to hold on to your spot, as they've been doing well. And in the bottom, or the top right of the screen, we see that Dallas did indeed wind up getting the safety, and they go up 8-3 in that one. 2nd and 1 here for Green Bay on the top left. Miami passing on the bottom right, and they got a guy that's complete out to the 35. So big completion there for Ryan Tannehill, who's 1 for 2 on the game. Appreciate that, Cam. We're trying new wrinkles. We got game analysts out there, and 4 games going. We always trying to push the envelope. Try something. We're trying to do something that you're not doing. Is basically what's going on. Glad you guys are enjoying it. It's always trying to do something different, and I hope guys are enjoying it. It's definitely a lot of fun. Pittsburgh fires it over to the left, and that one's complete out to the 45. So a big first down there for Pittsburgh, who's trying to answer back after falling behind 7-0. Green Bay with a 1st and 10 here. They're going to fake the handoff. Rodgers going to take a shot deep and incomplete, and it left up in the air for a little bit, but Mackenzie Alexander not able to track that one down, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Top right, we got Dallas and Washington going. As Dallas has got a 2nd and 8 from their 46, as they lead 8-3. The unique score. Burns is actually playing, but he was just talking about those weird scores. He'd be a big fan of that 8-3 score in Dallas and Washington. Scarface, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Glad you guys are enjoying it. Bottom right, we got Miami with plenty of time, firing in for the end zone. That one is complete for a touchdown. As it looked like the tight end did not see who that was, but Miami gets the touchdown. They'll go up 6-0 here early in Tennessee. Big play out to the left, wide open receiver for Dallas, number 12. Dak Prescott finds him. Already 122 yards for Dak Prescott. Neil, I didn't catch that play. We saw it on the screen, but fill us in. What just happened on that last play for Dallas?
Just a really excellent play design there by Dallas. Had the wide receiver go in motion, that wheel coverage. Great blocking by the offensive line. He had all day. And an easy pickup, really. Almost had the 6.
Well-designed play, because he was wide open. I just looked up, and he had all kinds of room to run. There was nobody out there. It looked like he was camped out by himself. So big play there by Dallas as they're down to the 12-yard line. We'll tune in. Oh, there's a big interception there as Xavier Rhodes picks off the pass for Minnesota in the top left, and he is still on his feet. There's a throw into the end zone, almost picked off there by Washington. So big plays going on here on both sides is one interception on the top left and almost an interception on the top right. We're going to check in live here on Dallas and Washington. We're going to bring them up on the big screen as they are trying to get something going here. Already up by 5, but at the 12-yard line, 2nd and 10. Let's take a listen to the game audio.
The give is to Elliott, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
And an interception in Cleveland as Cleveland picks off the pass, and looked like it was Collins who was able to pick that off. Neil, you're also watching that game. What just happened there as Cleveland gets the interception? We'll go back to 4 games as you're giving us the recap.
The Steelers went play action there in midfield, and really they had the tight end open in the corner, but he went for the shorter check down route. He must have just missed Collins camping out there in the flats, and Collins really, I don't even know if he was expecting the ball because he had nothing but green in front of him, and just didn't even realize he was going the other way until he was getting tackled there. But he had 6 if he had been more ready.
Yeah, I saw he turned around and he didn't have room to go, or he kind of spun himself around, and he looked like he had tons of room to run. But the old KG veteran, Jamie Collins, with the interception, but not the agility to actually run it in the end zone. Looks like Dallas going for a field goal on the top right to try to push this lead to 11-3, and that one is through the uprights. So 11-3 here for Dallas as they take the 8-point lead over Washington. Bottom right, we've got Tennessee and Miami. Tennessee out to the 31-yard line. Got a crucial 3rd and 3 going on. And bottom left, we got Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Cleveland, after that big interception, has got a 2nd and 10. Big first down conversion there for Tennessee, and Murray's going to take it into the end zone. So a big touchdown there by Tennessee. DeMarco Murray runs it into the end zone, and that's going to even the score there, 7-7. David, you were watching it. Tell us what happened. Oh, we got a touchdown on the top left-hand side of the screen as Dalvin Cook hurdles a player into the end zone. We'll come back and we'll get a little bit there. David, tell us what happened in the Tennessee game, and then recap what just happened with Minnesota.
Well, DeMarco Murray was split out wide to the left as a wide receiver. They bring him across on a drag route, and inevitably, Mariota, he wasn't looking there initially, wanted to go over the top. The linebacker took away the in route, goes to the check down to Murray, makes a couple guys miss, and it's an easy walk in for him. As for Dalvin Cook, bring him out on a wheel route, swing him around. The defense fades to the left, trying to take away the wide receivers. Easy read and throw for Bridgewater, and Cook does the rest.
Couple of big plays in the passing game to running backs as Minnesota takes the 7-6 lead with that touchdown, and Tennessee ties it up at 7 with their pass to DeMarco Murray. The Browns are at the 31-yard line with a 1st and 10. Let's take a look in on that game as Cleveland's trying to add on to their 7-0 lead. There's a scramble by Kaiser. He's got lots of room to run, and he is going to slide down at the 11-yard line. Big first down there by Cleveland. Let's listen in.
Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
And in the top left, we've got a 3rd and 5 coming up here for Green Bay. Washington's got a 3rd and 10. And Miami just converts a first down to Ajayi.
Same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On the run, it's Ware. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And here comes
almost another interception in Washington as Cousins almost has an interception, but they're going to have to go ahead and punt there.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
So Washington and Green Bay both punting, and that's where they're going to go as they're heading towards the end of the quarter. But Latavius Murray gets a big punt return for the Vikings out to the 40-yard line of Green Bay. So big return there as we'll go back to the game audio here in Cleveland.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Sammy Coates, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
So we'll go back to 4 games as we'll see Cleveland punch it in to go up, assumingly 14-0 over Pittsburgh. There's a counter to Jerick McKinnon, not able to go anywhere there for Minnesota. And deep in their own end for Dallas here, and that run is not going anywhere. Lots of time for Tannehill, and he throws that one out of bounds on 3rd and 23, so they're going to have to punt. So let's take a look in on Green Bay and Minnesota and Dallas and Washington as we go 2 games side by side here. There's a slant over the middle, and that one is caught by Jarius Wright, who's got the first down inside the 20. So big pickup there by the Vikings on the right-hand side of the screen. Dallas has got a 2nd and 9 here, and they're going to hand that one off to Ezekiel Elliott, who's got nowhere to go. We'll keep you updated on all the games as they're going on. Pittsburgh has got the ball 1st and 10 from their own 25. They're trying to answer back down 14-0 to Cleveland right now. There's a nice run there by Minnesota as Dalvin Cook picks up 3 yards down to the 16. So we'll go live with Green Bay and Minnesota as Minnesota is inside the red zone.
Again, it's Cook. Cook with a first down, much more. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a
Pass by Dallas hits the receiver, actually the defender in the back. It's going to bring up a 4th and 8. Dallas is going to punt from their own 26-yard line. Pittsburgh out to the 16-yard line. Not a lot of room to run. They've got a 2nd and 19 from their own 16 at the start of the second quarter there in Cleveland.
Bridgewater now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
So big play there by the Vikings as they punch it in for the touchdown.
And the Vikings find a way to...
And they're going to go up 14-6 here pending the PAT, which we see they get. So big touchdown there for the Vikings to go up 14-6. Bottom left, we see Pittsburgh trying to convert on a 2nd and 19. Big Ben got a completion outside, and that one is complete. As Big Ben 4 for 7 now. And that one is handed off to Gurley. We'll go 3 games side by side as Green Bay comes out on the field. Trying to switch it up and give you the best action from each game as we go along. Zive Turkeys, what is up? Thanks for tuning in. Big pass over the middle and hits the tight end in the face mask. He wasn't ready for it. Then there's an injury. I hope the tight end didn't hurt himself by getting hit in the face on that pass. 2nd and 8 on the top left of the screen here as Dallas and Washington are battling 11-3. Dallas lead. Washington's got a 2nd and 8 from midfield. There's a fake handoff. They fire that one over the middle and it's picked off. Big interception there for Dallas. And down to the 40-yard line. Neil, that's one of your games. Washington not able to do much, moving the ball. Give us a quick recap.
Again, I didn't get you clearly there on the transition, but out here in Dallas, Kirk Cousins is really struggling today. He's had a few plays where he almost threw interceptions, and on many occasions he's missed guys wide open and gone to guys in coverage. This time it was really just a really great lurk by the linebacker here in Dallas that resulted in the interception as Dallas looks to take control here near midfield.
Thanks for the update there. As Dallas already with the 8-point lead. Bottom of the screen. Ajayi trying to take it to the house and finally gets run down by the Titans. Big run there for Miami, and they've got a 1st and 10 out to the 16. So we're going to go live to Miami where they are trying to go up on Tennessee.
Everything changes.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Devontae Parker, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
So big touchdown there by Miami as they're going to go up 14-7 here on Tennessee. Still early in these games. First quarter still Tennessee and Miami. They're in the 4th game to kick off. We see the Packers punting on the top left. They're down 14-6. In the top right, we've got Dallas and Washington. Dallas up 11-3. And they've got a 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Cleveland with the ball again, up 14-0. Neil, I know you're keeping an eye on that game. It was a big pass over the middle. Give us an idea of what's been going on between Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Well, right now, Cleveland's just playing really well. Pittsburgh looks to be a little bit panicked on both sides of the ball, playing high-pressure defense. On offense, they've abandoned the running game, and they've been just throwing it. It's too early to panic. Hopefully, Pittsburgh can settle down and keep this game close.
One of the things we talked about in chat earlier was the momentum in Madden. You got to slow yourself down and try to get some of that momentum back. Hopefully Pittsburgh was listening and they can get themselves back into the game. But right now it's all Cleveland. 1st and 10 from the 41 as they're already up 14. And let's take a look live in on that game as the other 3 don't have a lot going on right now. And right as we switch to it, a big sack for Pittsburgh, just what the doctor ordered. Casey Hayward comes through with the sack, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 14. We'll go back, call 4 games now. And a completion off to the right side for Minnesota. We see that in the top left-hand part of the screen. David, while we got all four games up here, Green Bay and Minnesota seems to have gotten the momentum and starting to pull away a little bit from Green Bay. Big pass out to the left for Cleveland. And it's a fumble as Pittsburgh comes up with it. They're taking it out across midfield out of the 49-yard line. So big play, right as Neil says, they need a big play. They come away with one there. We got a big pass over the middle for Tennessee on the bottom right. And Dak Prescott taking off on the top right of the screen, and one guy to beat. He gets taken down. David, really quick as we go out to Washington, give us an update on Minnesota and Green Bay.
Well, Green Bay is struggling to figure things out offensively. They lost Bakhtiari on their offensive line. He will not return. Aaron Rodgers is having all kinds of pressure and problems getting the ball out. That is certainly helping this Minnesota team.
There's a big pass out to the left to Jarius Wright. That's a completion and a 1st down for Minnesota. Down to the 8-yard line are the Cowboys as they're trying to add on to this 8-point lead. And on the bottom right of the screen that you guys don't see, into the end zone is DeMarco Murray for his 2nd touchdown of the game. David, we'll go right back to you. What happened out in Tennessee?
Well, they ran the power play to the left side, and the offensive line just does a really nice job. They seal the edge. The fullback completes the kick out. DeMarco Murray sees it, hits the hole, and everything parts like the Red Sea. He could have walked that one in, and nobody would have caught him.
Big play there for Tennessee as Tennessee ties it up at 14 with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on there. On the screen right now, we've got Dallas and Washington. Dallas trying to push it in from 2 yards out. They've got a second and goal. And Dak Prescott under center with Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. And Zeke has nowhere to go. Let's bring up a third and goal. 3rd and 7 coming up for Minnesota here from their 26-yard, or the Green Bay 26-yard line, just outside of the red zone. Pittsburgh's got the ball down to the 21. Let's go 3 games at one time. Keep an eye on all 3 of these games as we see Pittsburgh in the bottom middle down to the 21-yard line of Cleveland. They fake the handoff and a big sack there by Cleveland. And a pass over the middle on the top left to Minnesota, and they're down to the 6-yard line. So 3 teams all close to scoring. There's a touchdown in the top right as Dez Bryant comes away with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Big completion there by Dak Prescott. Neil, you're watching that game. When we saw the slant pass to Dak Prescott, give us a quick rundown on what happened on that drive.
You know, Dallas came into the game as one of the top rushing teams in the league. Big Tex, he's got the best line. He's got one of the best backs. And they didn't have a lot of room to run early, but they established themselves on this drive, finishing off there with Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant had 2nd TD of the game, only his 3rd on the season. So maybe he's feeling like he had something to prove here halfway through the year.
Finally getting Dez Bryant going is big for Dallas as they are now up 18-3. Over Washington on the top left, you see Minnesota with a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Pittsburgh has got a 3rd and 6 from the Cleveland 16 as they got some of those yards back from that sack, trying to get the first points of the game on the board. And Ajayi with a big run in Miami, and he is just short of a first down, so we'll keep an eye on that as that one is complete and a touchdown for Minnesota as they go to the tight end on the slant route. Big touchdown for Minnesota, and they are up 20-6 now over Green Bay. Big Ben running for his life. Let's go 3 games again, but we'll take Minnesota and Pittsburgh out of it. Switch them up a little bit here. Tennessee and Miami on the bottom. Rocco Beef, I know a couple of his followers in here, so I want to make sure to give them some love. GB Nuke and Zive Turkey, appreciate you guys tuning in. So Pittsburgh's got to settle for the field goal, and they're down 14-3. And Washington's trying to get something going here, down 18-3 at home to Dallas, trying to shift that momentum. There's the kickoff to Cleveland, and they're going to down it in the end zone. Let's take a look at what we got going on in these games. Go 4 games at one time while we try to zoom in and figure out which game is the best one to focus on. Pass over the middle there for Tannehill, and that's a first down on 3rd and inches for Miami. They're out to the 32, and we're at the 2-minute warning in the top left as Green Bay has the ball. Cross midfield down to the 46, 1st and 10 there. Cleveland with the ball in the bottom left. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 25, starting off after the field goal by Pittsburgh. And in the top right, we've got 1st and 10 from the 41 for Washington. And they find a completion on the outside. Jordan Reed makes the big completion as there's 5 minutes to go in that game. 4 games all going at the same time, 4 league games here in the PX1 Sports VIP League. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Lots of action. So far we're doing good, haven't missed too much. We've been going to a lot of 4 games and 3 games at one time, trying to make sure we don't miss any of the big plays. Again, shout out to our analysts Neil Hennessy and David Roy, who are keeping you guys up to date on anything we may have missed. If you guys anything you guys want to see or have us touch on, feel free to post in the chat as a big pass downfield is picked off by Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers living dangerously, and Harrison Smith comes away and almost was able to take that one all the way back to the house, but finally they picked it off. We'll go back to you, David. You're watching that Green Bay and Minnesota game. Another pick. What's going on with Green Bay?
Well, they went with a toss play, sweep to the outside, and what that does is it tries to draw up the defense, and it works well when the defense is coming up the middle. You get to the outside, off to the edge, the guard that pulls the fullback. All they have to do is set the perimeter and creates an easy lane for 6 there for Miami.
So Miami got the 7 points there. What about Green Bay and Minnesota? Green Bay threw another interception. What's going on with the Packers?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is really struggling, and talking to them before this, they said he was going to be on a short leash. We'll see how short that leash is. Aaron has been struggling today. He hasn't been able to hit the throws that we normally expect, and his decision-making has been questionable at times, throwing it into traffic and really living dangerously all game long.
Definitely not the way Green Bay wants to start. They're going to have to get something turned around as we see a run up the middle for Cleveland, and we're going to focus in on 3 games right now as we're going to move the Tennessee-Miami game out temporarily. Got Green Bay and Minnesota up on the top left, Minnesota out to the 36. Dallas and Washington down to the 24 of Dallas, and then Cleveland driving once again already up 14-3 down to the 41-yard line of Pittsburgh. So flag on the play in Minnesota. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 23. Passes out of bounds for Cleveland, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Top right, Washington with the man in motion, going to hand it off to Thomas Rawls, who's going to get the first down, and they're inside the red zone. So a trip inside the red zone as Washington's down 18-3, trying to get it together and get back in that game. Minnesota with a 1st and 10, going with the screen pass. They're going to throw it outside. Looks like Dalvin Cook's got a couple of guys right there, and he makes them both miss. He's going to pick up the first down. Red zone there for Minnesota. Cleveland just outside, about 21 yards outside of the red zone. They've got a 3rd and 7. We'll see what they do here as they hit the out route. That one is complete down to the 25. So we definitely have the 3 games with the most action on the screen right now. As we get a 1st and 10 here for Washington. Up the middle, nice fight for yards for Rob Kelly. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. So Teddy Bridgewater and company down to the 12 with a 1st and 10. And he's got plenty of time to pass. And finally off the edge comes Green Bay, and they get the sack. Mike Daniels comes free. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 16. Cleveland heading to the line on the bottom of the screen on a 1st and 10 from the 25. Deshaun Kaiser's going to hand that one off to Gurley. Looked like a face mask, but no flag. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Tennessee gets a 1st down and almost breaks a run, but they're out across midfield out to the 37. Let's go back to all 4 games, as all 4 of them are across midfield, as we see Kelly get tackled there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for Washington, bottom of the left. Kaiser dropping back to pass on 2nd and 8 over the middle. No one to beat, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. And that's their 3rd touchdown of the game, and they are starting to run away with that one against the Steelers. So big play there for Cleveland. Neil, you've been watching that Pittsburgh and Cleveland game. What is going on with Pittsburgh? Why can they not get anything going?
Well, you know, on defense, they're really struggling. I mean, Cleveland is the number 2 offense in the league coming into the game. Burns is really just a technician. And the Steelers, for my taste, are coming out a little too aggressive. When you're playing a player of his caliber, of Burns' caliber, you kind of got to sit back and try to limit him. And they're leaving a lot of openings, and he's taking advantage.
Definitely executing well in Cleveland. I don't know if you were able to see it while you were giving us that update, but a ball that was batted around by about 4 different Cowboys falls incomplete. Field goal coming up here for Washington. What's the story of the game so far with Washington and Dallas?
I did see that play, and Kirk Cousins got bailed out again. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time today. I did like what they did on that drive. They limited Cousins to safer throws, trying to get him back in a rhythm. They really needed a touchdown there. They do get the ball back after the half, so it's not over for sure. Washington still can get back in this. Got to stop Dallas for a minute here, and then get something going into the second half.
Well, getting points on the board is always good. They're down 12. They're still down 2 scores, but definitely helps to get points on the board, as big pass there completed by Tennessee, but it's going to be a 4th down, and Tennessee is going to kick a field goal here, try to pull within 21-17. That one is through the uprights. So with 6:11 to go in Miami, Dolphins lead 21-17. 1:17 to go between Washington and Dallas. Dallas has got the ball, so we'll see what's going on there. And then there's also under the 2-minute warning in Cleveland as Pittsburgh's out there on the 3rd and 16. Let's go to those games side by side. As we see on the screen, Dallas, Washington on the left, Pittsburgh and Cleveland on the right. 1:52 to go in Cleveland in the first half. 1:11 left in the first half. In Washington, Dallas got the ball with a 12-point lead. Pittsburgh's got the ball down 18, but driving a touchdown would really help try to pull that game within 11 at the half. That would do wonders for the Steelers. Big Ben back to pass. Looking deep, got a flag, takes a shot. That one is incomplete. We'll have to see what the flag was on that 3rd and 16. And completion for Dallas on the left, and that is a big completion there for Dallas, who's already pretty much dominating that game. They're going to hurry up to the line. Penalty on Pittsburgh, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 16, so they're going to go ahead and punt. We'll go live to Washington as Dak Prescott's got a first down, and he fumbles! And that one is picked up by Washington. So right as we switch to the game, Dak Prescott fumbles the ball, not able to put any more points on the board in that one. And Washington's going to take over at their own 27 with 49 seconds to go as we go 4 games live here on the screen. Washington, Dallas, as always, on the 4-game screen on the top right. So we'll keep an eye on them, see what Washington's able to do. They just pulled within 12. Now they've got 49 seconds to go, but no timeout, so it's going to be tough for them to move down the field and try to put some points on the board. Bottom left, 1:39 to go in the first half for Cleveland, already up 21-3, and they've got the ball at the 42-yard line. Deshaun Kaiser's going to take off running himself, dives forward and fumbles it, but it's picked up by the offensive lineman. Lucky play there by Cleveland. On the bottom right, the Dolphins and Bronco be trying to convert on 3rd and 5 on the halfback screen. And they do pick it up, so 1st and 10 from the 35 there. And in the top left, we've got Minnesota up 28-6. I believe we missed a score. David, fill us in. Last I looked, it was 21-6. Now it's 28-6, and Minnesota's got the ball. What's going on with the Packers and the Vikings?
Well, at the end of the second half, or at the end of the first half, end of the second quarter, Teddy Bridgewater finds Kyle Rudolph over the middle on an in route. Safety had to take away the deep streak that came with it, and that's typically the pair that you see with that. Rudolph came open, moves into the end zone. Minnesota got the ball to start the second half, and they're putting a nice drive together to up the ante on Green Bay.
Green Bay just is having all kinds of trouble getting it going. The momentum definitely against them right now. They just need something to go their way, and they're going to have to come up with a big play on defense or something to flip the tide. On the bottom right of the screen, we see Miami up 21-17 with 3:44 to go. They've got the ball at their own 37, 2nd and 8. Tannehill dropping back to pass. He's got time. He's going to find a wide open receiver, but he fires an errant pass out of bounds. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. Minnesota trying to pour it on as they find a open receiver. It looks like Kyle Rudolph out there for the first down. They're down to the 17, already up 28-6, and then they're in the red zone once again. Cleveland also in the red zone, down all the way to the 3-yard line as Deshaun Kaiser trying to punch it in. Let's go to that game as they hand it off to Gurley, and face mask at the 1. And that's all that's really going to do is just put the ball at the 1 where it was going to be anyway. It's going to bring up a first and goal from the 1. Neil, sounds like you wanted to say something there.
He was actually in the end zone there. They called that a touchdown, so the face mask is going to be assessed there on the kickoff.
Oh, good catch. I thought he got stopped at the 1, but good catch there by Neil. He's got his eyes on that game, and that was a touchdown. So 28-3 pending the PAT as Cleveland goes up. So back to 4 games. Back to 4 games we go. And we've got all of them out here. Washington and Dallas and Tennessee, Miami look like the 2 best games we got going. Even though Washington's down by 12, they've got the ball at the 35-yard line. So let's take a look at Dallas and Washington and Miami and Tennessee side by side, as those are the 2 games that are most intriguing right now. We try to put the best matchups out there, and you never really know what you're gonna get. Sometimes momentum goes one way in a game. Sometimes users just can't find their game. Sometimes games get a little out of hand. We'll definitely keep an eye on those other 2 games. So 2nd and 6 here for Tannehill's going to fire it outside. Ajayi's going to get the pass, and he is short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Rob Kelly spinning his way with Washington there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Actually, it's a first down, so 1st and 10 there for Washington after the flag. So down to the 36-yard line. So both of these teams that we got on the screen right now at the 33 and 36-yard line, both of them trying to score. Miami trying to add to their 4-point lead. Washington trying to cut into this 12-point deficit. Cleveland up 28-3, and they've got the ball again. What's going on out there, Neil? Cleveland's got the ball. They just scored, and now they got the ball again, and they're looking to score again.
You know, less than a minute left. Lost sniper, just trying to get something going and get back in this game. Went play action. You know, just missed the guy. Big Ben threw it. Jamie Collins just camped out right in the middle of the field, got his second INT, and it looks like Burns is going to put some more points on the board before the half here in Cleveland.
Jamie Collins showing up big, the veteran, former New England Patriot, showing up big for the Clevelands, and Burns trying to pour it on already at 28-3, and he's down to the 28-yard line with 27 seconds to go. In the shadows in Miami, Tannehill's rolling to his right, finds the corner round. That's a touchdown for Miami as they're going to add on to their 4-point lead. Nice play, scramble, and then finds the tight end on the corner route. So 28-17 pending the PAT in Miami. Big play there by Brocco Beef. And on the left-hand side of the screen as we'll go Dallas and Washington by itself. We'll take a listen in on the game audio.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they do stop him, buddy. He takes it all the way to the 2. 29 yards and a first.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
And now a first down following that long gain. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Kelly to try to punch it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal. Defense digging. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins.
Big touchdown there by the Redskins as they are able to punch it in, and they're going to cut into this lead. It's now 18-12, and they'll try to tack on the extra point, pull it within 5. We'll bring all 4 games up on the screen now. Tennessee with the ball, 2nd and 5 on the bottom right. And they get sacked as Miami comes through. C.O. Moore comes through and gets the sack. So let's bring up a long 3rd and 13 for Tennessee. Minnesota's got the ball yet again, already up 35-6. Aaron Rodgers, I saw, took a sack. I missed what happened on it. David, can you fill us in? What happened? 35-6. Green Bay had the ball. Did Rodgers throw another pick? I saw him get sacked. What happened after that?
Well, after the sack, it ends up leading them into 4th down. Green Bay punts it away to Minnesota, who they went up on the score. Teddy Bridgewater had some nice communication with a wide receiver, changed the route, threw the check down on the outside. It slips in for 6, and Green Bay really can't find anything going. Aaron Rodgers tried to take a couple of shots downfield. He threw them late. It's just not going Green Bay's way today.
Definitely not going Aaron Rodgers or Pax or Green Bay's way. Anybody you want to single out there, it's not going in their favor. Dallas trying to move the ball now with a completion out to the left. You see them in the top left-hand side of the screen. 4th and 21 with 1 second to go in the second half. Tennessee is going to try to throw it into the end zone. We'll see what happens. We'll go live out on that one. There's the heave into the end zone, and and almost caught, but taken out of bounds. Big play there as Tennessee trying to take a shot in the end zone, and it does not work. So we go to the half, 28-17 in Miami. Miami leading in that one. Top right, we see Dallas with a 2nd and 11. And we'll take Minnesota out of this game since that one is kind of fallen away. We'll try to focus on these other 3 games. Pittsburgh and Cleveland top right. This game isn't really the closest one either. Cleveland up 31-3 early in the 3rd quarter. Big Ben with a play action. He's going to get sacked, and Pittsburgh just can't do a whole lot there either. So we'll focus in on Dallas and Washington, and Tennessee and Miami, as those are the 2 games that are still the most intriguing at this point. Tennessee's got the ball here after the half from their own 25. Miami showed a blitz, but backed out of it. They're going to hand that one off to DeMarco Murray. He's already got 2 touchdowns in this game. That's only his 3rd carry. He's got 53 yards on touchdown, 2nd and 8. The other touchdown passing for DeMarco Murray. 3rd and 9 coming up here on the left-hand side of the screen for Dallas. 5-point lead only about midway through the 3rd quarter. And Pittsburgh is running it into the end zone. Le'Veon Bell breaks away, got 1 man to beat and into the end zone. So Pittsburgh finally gets something going there, and they get a big play. As we're going to go back out to Neil, who's keeping an eye on the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game. Neil, what just happened on that big Le'Veon Bell touchdown?
You know, Le'Veon Bell's just one of those players. If you keep giving it to him, eventually he's going to break them. And I think that's what we saw here. Pittsburgh, they've been pretty aggressive. I think if they can settle in, there's still a lot of time left in this game. They got to get a stop here, but that was a big run by Le'Veon Bell. Maybe that'll energize his teammates.
Well, we talked about momentum, and that's definitely one of those plays that can possibly shift momentum. It's not likely to come back from a 21-point deficit against a player like Burns, but you never know. And we'll definitely keep an eye on that one and keep you updated, see what's going on. Cleveland's got the ball now at their own 25 after the kickoff. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. On the main screen that you're watching right now, we've got Tennessee on a 1st and 10 from the 43 with 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And Dallas and Washington. Washington's got the ball back at their own 36-yard line. Neil, we'll go back out to you. Dallas had the ball, was a 3rd down. I'm guessing they did not complete the 3rd down and punted the ball away.
Yeah, they dropped back to pass. They had time, but Prescott just couldn't find anybody open and back. We're to the favor of the Redskins here with field position. I really like what Washington's done here at the end of the first half and the second half. They've settled in. Cousins has made a fewer mistakes. Got the touchdown to start the 3rd quarter. Thomas Rawls is having a huge game for them, 89 yards already. And this is a key drive for them. They could get right back in this game and take the lead.
Definitely a big stop there to get the ball back. They're only down 5. If they could go down and score and take the lead, that'd be a big swing in that game. As we see a big juke there on the right-hand side of the screen as Mark Walton, the rookie out of Miami, comes up with the big play there, gets the 1st down and across the 50-yard line out to the 46 for the Titans. They're trailing by 11 against Bronco Beef's Dolphins. And fired up, trying to get something going there, cut into that lead on the left-hand side of the screen. Eagle DX with the 2nd and 8 in the shotgun with Kirk Cousins. He's going to fake the handoff. Got plenty of time. Going to fire it over the middle. That one's complete to Dotson, the former TCU Horned Frog. And he's got a completion out to the 35. So Washington's definitely doing what they can to try to move the ball down the field and cut into this lead, which Dallas was dominating early, but Washington seems to have grabbed the momentum back, and they are moving down the field trying to make something happen. 2nd and 7 for the Titans on the right-hand side of the screen, as they are trying to cut into this 11-point lead. We've got 2 running backs in the backfield, both Henry and DeMarco Murray in the backfield, as the sun was kind of blocking out one of the numbers for me. There's a completion to Murray, another big completion. Murray getting used in the pass game quite a bit, as here we see a 1st down by Thomas Rawls, up over 100 yards for Rawls with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, down to the 20-yard line for Washington. So Tennessee's got a 1st and 10 after that big completion to DeMarco Murray down to the 31. And we've got a couple of good games going here. PX1 Sports VIP League. If you don't know about us, check us out. PX1sports.com. You can find out about our leagues, find out how to be a part. If you just like to tune in and watch the productions that we do, as Rob Kelly gets blown up in the backfield there. You like to see our productions, just tune in. Be sure to hit that follow button. keep an eye on us. Tune in to Twitter at PX1 Sports. Give us a follow and stay up to date on all of our broadcasts. We try to push the envelope, do creative things that nobody else is doing, much like our Red Zone broadcast tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I know we got 2 great games going here, and Brocco's got a couple of fans in here cheering him on as he's got an 11-point lead, but Tennessee driving at the 31 with a 2nd and 10. Eagle DX with a 2nd and 12 from the 23. And Cousins got an empty backfield. We'll see what they're going to do here. Got time to throw. Fires it outside. That one's complete to Jordan Reed again, who seems to be having a big game. 8 completions now for Kirk Cousins. And Reed picks up his 3rd catch for 26 yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 from the 17-yard line. Cleveland punting the ball from their own 41-yard line. So a stop there for Pittsburgh. And they're going to get the ball back down 21 with 7:38 to go. And Pittsburgh's got an opportunity to get themselves back in this game. The punt returned out to the 27. And here we see a pass over the middle and a penalty, and that one's going to give them a 1st down inside the 5-yard line as defensive pass interference on Rashad Jones. And costly penalty there for Miami. So 1st and goal from the 5 coming up here for Tennessee. And there's a big sack by the Dallas defense on 3rd and 7. Sean Lee comes up the middle, gets the sack. He's got a sack and a half now in that game. The heart and soul of that defense comes up with the sack, and that's going to force a field goal for Washington from their own 25. So a 42-yard field goal in the rain. We'll see if he's able to convert on it here as we see the red zone. First play from the 5 for Tennessee. Mariota calling out different signals, and that one's through the upright. That pass out to the left, and that one is into the end zone. Another passing touchdown for those running backs as Derrick Henry catches the pass in the flat and gets it in, and that's going to pull this game within 4 after the PAT. So nice drive there by Tennessee. The pass interference definitely helped. We'll go back out to David, who's been keeping an eye on that game. Actually, on the left-hand side of the screen, breaking for the house is Dallas, and they are in for the touchdown. I believe that was a punt return. Neil, you're keeping an eye on Dallas and Washington. What just happened there? We caught the end of it, or at least I did, trying to keep an eye on both of these games.
Well, Dallas, they held Washington to the field goal there, which was a big win for their defense. Came right back on the kickoff. Made a sweet juke move, made by mid, and just out everybody to the corner. Puts them out in front by 9, and Washington's back to the drawing board trying to get back in this.
Just when they thought they were back in the game, got the field goal to pull it within, 2, and then they give up the kick return touchdown and right back to being down 9. So we'll see what they can do here. We'll keep an eye on them on the left-hand side of the screen. Extra point was missed on the right-hand side of the screen. David, you're keeping an eye on that. Did they try to go for 2 and not miss it, or did they shake it a PAT?
Well, they went for 2 initially. They were trying to go for 2 points, make it a 3-point game, bring this in tighter. They wanted Mario to throw it in this tight window, try to hit Corey Davis in double coverage. Davis couldn't hold on. The secondary held up. Now it's a 5-point game, but this Titans defense needs to find a way to make a play here.
Neil, you're keeping an eye on that Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. I just looked out of the corner of my eye and saw Jabril Peppers doing some ballerina moves out there, spinning all over the place. What just happened in that play in Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, Peppers is such an impressive athlete, playing both sides of the ball, multiple positions in college. Pittsburgh stopped Cleveland, had a key 3rd and 4 and couldn't get it done. And then on the punt there, Peppers made a few guys miss, and what looked like was going to be a negligible return turned it into about a 25-yarder to give his team good field position.
That was a huge play by Peppers. I thought he was going to take it to the house, and that would have been the dagger, I would believe, for Pittsburgh, but they wind up corralling him. So 2nd and 11 now for Cleveland from their own 34-yard line. We'll keep an eye on that one. Minnesota up 38-13, and they've got the ball again, 11:20 to go in the 4th quarter in that one. Here we see a pass out to the left for Miami as Bronco Beef converts the 1st down out across the 50 down to the 45-yard line. And for Washington, we've got a 3rd and 3 coming up from their own 36.
Yeah, the big news in Washington too there is that Luke Falk has come into the game. I'm not sure if Cousins was hurt. I was mesmerized by the punt return over there in Cleveland. Not sure if Cousins is hurt or if he just got pulled after being ineffective. But you got the rookie Luke Falk in the game now for the Redskins.
Wow, that is a big turn of events as they're trailing by 9 in this game. You'd really like to have Cousins out there, but Luke Falk coming in. Actually, it looks like Cousins is back out there, so maybe it was just a one-play injury as Cousins misses wide there. He's only 8 of 15 on the game, so that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. Washington's going to have to punt, so let's go in live and look at this game in Miami as a big run there up the middle, trying to fight him down, and they bring him down at the 35. We're going to go live. Let's listen in to the game audio.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Neil, I heard you make a sound right as I'm cutting to you. Pittsburgh got the ball back after that Big Peppers return, but then they just throw an interception. Is that Jamie Collins' 3rd interception of the game?
It is. Jamie Collins just camping out in the middle of the field. Pittsburgh, Roethlisberger out of frustration, I think, just trying to force the ball in the middle, run those deep routes.
I got to say, lost sniper. I think he's lost to Burns before, and he's trying to get it all back at once rather than trying to settle in. And Burns, as you'd imagine from a veteran user, he's ready for it.
And another interception for Jamie Collins, 3 in the game. That is quite an impressive game. We'll definitely keep an eye on that one, but that does not help. Pittsburgh is down 21 with 3:49 to go in that one. Here we see Miami trying to a 60-yard field goal. That one is down the middle. And good. Good. A 60-yard field goal there for Miami. As we're going to go back out to 2 games side by side. Dallas and Washington on the left. Miami and Tennessee. Miami extends their lead 31-23, so an 8-point lead. Still only a 1-score game, but big 60-yard field goal there for Miami. David, you're keeping an eye on that game. 60-yard field goal. You don't see that very often. How did they set that up? And what do you know about their pregame strategy as far as taking shots like that?
Well, they did the warm-ups on the field to begin the game. The way the stadium is set up, it works in a way that it's lined up east to west. So you have goalposts on either side of those cardinal directions. Wind to their back, they trust the leg of their kicker, and he pulls through on that. Also, an injury update, Tannehill went down. He is expected to return and finish this game in place of the rookie Will Grier.
That is interesting, the injury report. Glad to keep us updated on that one. Losing Tannehill in a close game like this would not be beneficial. I'm sorry, did you say that Grier's going to finish the game or Tannehill will come back in, David?
Tannehill is supposed to come back and finish this one out. Grier is filling in the meantime. There is no timetable for when we will see Tannehill back into this game to finish it, but he is expected to come back and at least finish this one out.
All right, well, they're definitely going to need him up 8 in this one. They're going to need their veteran QB to try to lead them. Definitely don't want to rely on the rookie Will Grier as we see a toss play here for Tennessee, not able to go anywhere, so that's going to bring it to 2nd and 12. Or 2nd and 11, actually, for Tennessee. He's trailing by 8 here with 3:13 to go in the third. And on the left-hand side of the screen, we got Dallas and Washington in the 4th quarter. Dallas up by 9, but they're having to punt. Neil, you've been keeping an eye on that one. What's going on with Dallas? Doesn't look like they've been able to do a whole lot outside of that kick return here in the second half.
Yeah, and really it's been all game. They had a couple of really well-designed passing plays that broke big, and they had the big Dak Prescott keeper on a read option, but Eagle has done a really good job of keying Eagle DX, that is the user of the Redskins. He's done a really good job of buttoning up that Dallas rushing attack. Ezekiel Elliott, he leads the league in rushing, but he only has about 30 yards in this game. And this is a big moment for Eagle here. If he can get some points on the board, this could be a game here going into the fourth.
definitely need some points there as they're down 9. I mean, it's not dire situation, but if they can get at least 3 and get this down to a 1-point or a 1-score game, that would be big for Washington and Eagle DX, their owner, as they're down 9. Got an empty backfield here on 1st and 10. And he's got plenty of time to throw. He's going to throw an out route out there, and that one is complete to Kelly. So a first down there for Washington, out across the 50 down to the 48. There's a handoff to Travis Henry. He's going up the middle. Got one man to beat. He fights it off and into the end zone as Travis Henry. Big run there. Actually, Derrick Henry. Sorry, wrong Henry that played for the Titans. Derrick Henry with the
Going back to the
run
90s.
into the end zone, and now it's a 2-point game. We got to assume the Titans are going for the 2-point conversion. We'll keep an eye on that one as we see a pass over the middle, falls incomplete there for the Redskins on the left-hand side of the screen. So empty backfield for Marcus Mariota on the right-hand side of the screen, trying to tie up the game here with 2:08 to go in the third, and he gets sacked in the backfield. Right off the edge comes Raekwon McMillan, the second-year player out of Ohio State, comes free there and gets the sack on the 2-point conversion. So it's going to be a 2-point game here with 2:08 to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 here for Washington on the left with 10:25 to go as they're taking their time. And that one is complete. Cousins completes it, but short of the first down. It's going to bring up a third down. Checking in really quick, it looks like Pittsburgh's got the ball down 24 to Cleveland. We'll go back out to Niels, but keeping an eye on Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Has Pittsburgh got any shot in that one? Looks like they got the ball and they're trying to put something together.
I didn't catch that last bit here, but Pittsburgh, they're staying in it. They're playing a little more conservative now. It's a tough spot. Lost for here. If they can get some points quick, though, they do have the whole fourth quarter ahead of them. If they can get in the end zone, they'll just be down 17. If they go for 2, of course, they'll only be down 16, which is technically 2 scores. So it could get interesting still here in Cleveland.
Miggy pointing out that I had a flashback with Travis Henry. Yeah, I did. I called that wrong. I don't know where Travis Henry came from. The old Tennessee Volunteer and Tennessee Titan. But it's
came from the
Derrick
90s.
Henry that got that touchdown there. So 1st and 10 on the left-hand side of the screen. Washington and Dallas. Washington trying to pull this one close. And that one's complete to Crowder, who's down inside the 5. Down to the 3-yard line. Cousins fires the dot. And that's going to bring up first to goal from the 3. So we'll go live to Washington as Washington's trying to punch it in to make this a 1-score game. We'll listen in on the game audio.
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. On the ground, rolls. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play. And
Miami is punting to Tennessee with 42 seconds to go in the third. Tennessee is going to take over at their own 22. We'll get back out to that game shortly. We'll keep you updated as they move down the field. We'll keep an eye on this one, though, as Washington trying to punch it in.
a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. They'll come out in the pistol. The ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. This is Rawls. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly...
Oh.
As Dallas going to fire outside. Notice we had some audio issues. Brought it full 4 games at one time for those of you that had not seen it before. Just showing you guys what was going on. 2 of the games out of range. Minnesota and Green Bay is going to finish up at 47-13. Minnesota with the big win there. And Lost Sniper trying to claw his way back in, down 36-10. Down 4 scores, not likely in that one. Cleveland's actually got the ball back. We'll go out to Neil real quick. You're watching Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Neil, tell us what happened. It was 34-10. Pittsburgh was getting the ball back, and now it's 36-10, and Cleveland's got the ball again. I'm guessing a safety.
Yeah, Burns. He was trying to pin. He was trying to pin the Steelers inside the 5 with a coffin corner punt. Kicked it in the end zone, and instead of just letting the ball bounce, the Steelers returner caught it, took a step in front of the end zone, and then stepped back and out of bounds. Just a mental error there by Lost Sniper, not really seeing what was going on there, and I think that probably spelled the game for him at that point.
Well, it was a valiant effort. He hung in there, kept trying to go. He just dug himself in a hole early. Lost Sniper is going to wind up more than likely dropping this one as Cleveland with a 36-10 lead here with 8:28 to go, and they're just trying to run out the clock. But we still got 2 good games that are still hanging in the balance here on the main screen as Dallas and Washington on the top left, Miami and Tennessee on the right. Tennessee turned it over to Miami. I didn't see what happened. I'm guessing it was a punt. David, you're watching that game out there. Tennessee was driving, had that big 3rd and 18 conversion, and they're not able to do anything. I'm guessing they punted the ball there.
Yeah, they punted. The offense kind of stuttered their way forward a little bit. Mariota just doesn't look 100%. He's being
don't want to
confined to the
interrupt you,
pocket.
David, but a big pass on the outside. That one's complete. The Landry is going to take it all the way into the end zone. Big touchdown there for Miami, and they're going to extend their lead to at least 9. Maybe they're going for 10. Now they're going to kick the extra point and make it a 9-point game. So 38-29. Miami goes up over Tennessee. David, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead and finish your thought there. But obviously a big play probably changes what you want to say.
Well, and that's one of the dangers that you have when you go press coverage. That's going to open up the passing lanes. And if he beats that press, your corner is left in the dirt trying to play catch-up with a wide receiver who has a full head of steam. Mariota, on the other hand, he's been confined to the pocket, and as we get into the crunch time with Tennessee getting the ball here, he's going to have to use his legs, which he hasn't done really much of so far today. He's got to be able to take off and run it to really help bail out this Titans offense.
Fired up is, I know from talking to him, he's always scared to run with Mariota because he said he usually gets hurt or fumbles the ball every time he runs with him. So he's definitely conservative running around with Mariota, but he did move him a little bit to convert that 3rd and 18, but now he's down 9, 2 scores, and he's going to have to get to work as he almost completes it on the outside, but that one is broken up by Miami. There's a comeback route completed by the Cowboys, and the Redskins player misses, and finally I think that is Ryan Switzer or is that Cole Beasley? I get their numbers confused, both little guys. But that one is out at the 14, and a big first down for Dallas as they're trying to tack on to the 6-point lead here with 5:16 to go. Empty backfield here for Tennessee as Miami's got the 9-point lead. 9:02 to go here in the 4th quarter. And Mariota's got good protection, can fire that one over the middle. Wide open was Tosh Sharp, and he's going to complete the first down out to the 46. Dak Prescott under center here, up by 6 with just over 5 minutes to go. Got 2 guys in the backfield, and they're going to turn around and hand it off, but nowhere to go. Washington trying to clamp down defense. Terrence West, the pickup from Kansas City, nowhere to go on that one, so it brings up a 2nd and 9. Just an update on Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Cleveland just run in another touchdown with 5:46 to go in the 4th. Cleveland is up now 43-10, so that one is all but over as Pittsburgh and Lost Sniper are going to fall to Burns and the Browns. But here we see Mariota right on cue, right after David mentions it. Mariota takes off rushing his 2nd carry now for 21 yards, picks up the first down to the 40, and there's a play out to the outside, looked like maybe a fly sweep, as Adams is able to come up with the first down to the 2. And Neil, you're watching that game, Washington and Dallas. Was that another? I guess that was a fly sweep that was out there, and they got him out on the outside. That was the same player. They went the fake fly sweep. Same player that they completed early on in that game.
Yeah, exactly that. And it was Adams there who had the kickoff return earlier that was so key. Almost got in the end zone again there. Dallas has had a lot of trouble running the ball conventionally, but going to a little bit of that trickeration and having some good luck. And then, of course, the touchdown here to the backup tight end, Goddard, the first-round pick, was out of the game earlier, but the touchdown there puts Dallas up by 12 pending the extra point.
Fumagalli, the former Wisconsin Badger, correct me if I'm wrong, Neil. Fumagalli from Wisconsin got the touchdown there, right?
It looked like number 81. I believe that is him, yes.
Gotcha. So big touchdown there. They're going for the 2-point conversion, and Ezekiel Elliott wrestles his way. Looked like he got in, but they're going to say no, he did not. So 31-19, 12-point game. Dallas and Washington. We're going to go back out to two screens, or two games side by side. As Tennessee's got the ball, 2nd and 10. They are down 9. Mariota picked up the first down earlier on this drive. He's got them in the red zone at the 20. We'll see what they're able to do here. They're bringing the blitz, and he just gets it off over the middle. That one's complete to Henry, and Derrick Henry across the 10. He's been big in the pass game today, and that's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 8. David, you're keeping an eye on this one. Looks like Tennessee is not throwing in the towel yet.
No, certainly not, and certainly they have enough weapons on their arsenal and on this offense at the perimeter and in the backfield to be effective. Henry, Murray, they've had several big plays through the air, on the ground, and Mariota has done a nice job managing this game and finding open targets. He's had a couple of lucky pass plays, though, where he just barely got away with it. And the screen there, Matthews punches it in.
Oh, sorry, David. Didn't mean to cut you off. Neil, a big interception out there for Dallas. I saw you, or I heard you comment on it. Jones comes up with the big interception. What's going on out in Dallas?
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, his troubles in this game continue. He had a guy open underneath for an easy first down there, forced the ball down the field. You got Byron Jones with the 2nd interception of the day, and that could seal the deal there with Dallas already in scoring position and possession of the ball.
You would think they're up 12, and they got the ball at the Washington 26 with 3:46 to go. As we missed something in Tennessee and Miami. David, we'll go back to you. What happened with Tennessee and Miami? Tennessee's only down 2 now.
Well, it's an excellent play call scheme by Tennessee. In the red zone, they have a wide receiver bunched up, kind of stacked, hid Rashard Matthews back behind Tajay Sharp. They go with the wide receiver screen to Matthews. The offensive line kicks out. Against that secondary, they completely bowl him over, opens up the lane for Matthews to just walk his way into the end zone. They kick the extra point, and it's a 2-point game.
And they just missed an interception there as Tannehill firing in the coverage. Bronco Beef not liking what's going on, I'm sure. They're only up 2 with 6:15 to go. On the left-hand side of the screen, Dak Prescott under center got a 2nd and 1 from the 17. And he's got Terrence West in the backfield again. They're trying to run this game out. West up the middle, first down. Got one man to beat. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Terrence West and the Cowboys have pretty much just put that one away. Eagle DX, which looks weird, Eagle and the Redskins. But Eagle DX, the Redskins owner, goes with the all-out blitz there. Terrence West, benefiting from that big Dallas offensive line, able to run through it. Gets in the end zone. Dallas goes up 37-19 with 3:32 to go. More than likely that one is over. Let's go live out to Miami and check in on the in-game commentary.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. 6 conversions in 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So Miami is punting, and Tennessee's getting the ball back with Down by 2 with 5:23 to go, and as we see on the left-hand side of the screen, Dallas and Washington down by 18 now. They're really going to have to get something to going. More than likely that one is over, but we'll just keep an eye on that, see if Cousins is able to pull any magic here late in the game. Big one-handed catch by, actually Luke Falk is in now. He's 1 for 3, so I guess they're going to Luke Falk. Yeah, he looked like he was going to hang on to it. It was almost a big catch, but he did not. Luke Falk, are they just going to the backup out there, or did Cousins get hurt again?
I didn't see an injury. I can't see the sideline clearly, but it looks like Luke Falk was just put in.
Because Cousins been ineffective.
All right, so Luke Falk going in because ineffective there for Kirk Cousins, down 37-19, trying to see if the rookie for Washington State can do something. That looks like that's a pick. Did he get it?
He did, and I think that may have been Cousins back in the game. So I'm not sure what the quarterback situation is there in Washington, but it looks like Cousins came back in, and his first pass was an interception.
All right, so we're going to go back out to the audio. Got a little bit of audio difficulties there. We cut Neil off, and we had him talking over the audio. Hopefully you guys are able to catch it. Okay, but we're going to go back out to the game audio as we're going to tune in on Tennessee and Miami as this game is still in doubt. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Bronco Beef against Fired Up.
On third down, Mariota. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going deep here for Stills. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
David, big play out there. It looked like it was an incomplete pass, almost thrown into traffic. Tannehill not looking great on this drive, but they get the penalty flag and a 1st down, so it's 1st and 10 from the 40. Only 4:24 to go. Tannehill doesn't look sharp, though. What are you seeing in the last few drives of this game?
Well, Tannehill's been inconsistent, but he looks a lot better than what Will Grier did when he came in. Will Grier had a lot of issues reading this defense, making smart decisions. Tannehill is a veteran quarterback. He's making the smart throws. And Bronco Beef, give him credit. He's calling all the right plays. Fired Up, he's got to figure out something to do with his defense. Bring something new, whether it's bringing pressure or something along those lines. He's got to get Tannehill and this offense put back on their heels and force them into a 3rd and long situation, make it hard for them to convert, give Tennessee the ball back. They have all 3 timeouts. It will help them in the long run. Then Mariota's got to make a bunch of smart plays. He's gotten lucky a few times today.
Well, Mariota would definitely like a chance to get something going. Tannehill showing off his legs there, and he's going to pick up the first time. We'll go back to the game audio in this one as Tennessee down by 2 with 3:40 to go.
His eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Come on, let's go.
Now back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
So big incompletion there as they throw into the end zone, and it's batted away by the Tennessee defense. Miami is going to come up with the field goal attempt here. They hit a 60-yarder earlier, this one from 45, 46, and they make it so 41-36, so 2:11 to go in this one. David, you're watching this one out there in Miami, down by 5. Mariota's going to get something to go. What do you expect to see?
I expect the running backs to get used. Remember, they have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to benefit them. They've had their shots taken, and that kick return is really going to help them out. It makes it easier for them. But now I expect them, okay, we have the timeouts and the 2-minute warning. We can still afford to stick to our identity of running the football a little bit. Give it to Henry or give it to Murray. Both have had success, Henry getting the bulk of the carries. Either way, they have the option here to run the ball, stick to their identity. It'll set up the play action down the field and in the red zone. Helps them out a lot.
So first down, they hand it off to Henry, and they're just going to take it down to the 2-minute warning. So second and 11 coming up. We brought Dallas and Washington in. Not that game's still down, only 38 seconds to go, and Washington's down by 21. But we're just putting it in on the screen so you guys that haven't seen multiple games on the screen yet can take a look at it. Also, for those of you guys that play fantasy football, you can keep an eye on Washington, see if they had any points to your fantasy team late in this one. But the big game is the one on the right side of the screen. As Tennessee and Miami, Tennessee down by 5 at the 2-minute warning at a 2nd and 11. This is pretty much the end of the game. Both teams got 3 timeouts, so could be a wild and frantic finish. That passes over the middle and incomplete. A great play by the Miami defense, knocks that one away, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Now we saw Mariota convert a 3rd and 18 as he scrambled outside of the pocket, found a receiver coming across the field, and completed a big 3rd and 18 earlier in the game. We'll see what he's able to come up with. This is definitely 4-down territory, you would think. Although they've got all 3 of their timeouts, in theory they could punt it and pin Miami deep. You got to see. I don't know. Maybe I just go for half of the yardage here and try to set myself up with a short 4th down. It's definitely could go either way. Interesting to see what Fired Up does with his Tennessee Titans here. As we see the final score in Washington is 40-19. Dallas with the big win there in the divisional rivalry. So we'll go back to Miami and listen in on the game.
23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
So Mariota fumbles the ball, and then they go back to him. They let him run, bring up a 3rd and 17. Big play coming up only a minute to go in this one. Go back to the commentators.
Yardage on second down.
Back to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
Mariota is showing some magic on this one. He has got him down to the 12-yard line with only 40 seconds to go. Big play coming up here from Miami.
He'll look to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
Well, they call a timeout there. David, I'll go to you. You've been watching this game all game, down by 5 with 27 seconds to go, 2nd and 13 from the 14. What do we expect from Tennessee quickly?
Well, they've taken advantage of the middle of the field so far, and I expect them to go back to that, either a crossing route or something along those lines, something to take advantage of this interior defense, which has been really weak so far.
The pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game.
Mariota with the big run there gets it down to the 7-yard line. So 3rd and 5, 21 seconds to go. 2 plays left for Tennessee, down by 5, trying to get back in this one.
Protect yourself and not take hits like that.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Mariota. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
So no touchdown there as they had the slants. They didn't come open. David, quickly, what are we going to see 4th and 5?
Expect all wide receivers to be going. Mariota's going to have to do all the magic that he has so far. Scrambling around, dancing around, anything to get somebody open. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mariota run it in himself if it works out in his favor. We'll see what happens.
Here we go. 4th and 5 from the 7-yard line is the ball game for the Titans.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
There you hear Brandon Gaudin on the call. Marcus Mariota with a big touchdown to take the 2-point lead with 11 seconds to go. Actually, 1-point lead. They'll go for 2 to try to make it 3. Big play on the conversion there by Mariota. But we have both Neil and David in here watching it. Guys, what did you think about that last drive by Tennessee and that big conversion there on 4th down? Neil, we'll go to you first since you haven't been watching this game closely.
What I loved is I heard the commentary earlier, and I know Woodsmall is a little concerned about running the ball with Mariota, but they're on that last drive. Mariota with some key scrambles to set up that late touchdown. Also making precision throws even when he was tired, which I know in our league we've seen a lot of quarterbacks once they get tired, they like to airmail those short passes. But Mariota coming up big.
Big play there. David, you watched it all game. What did they change late in this game? You know, obviously we saw Mariota running around a little bit more. What was the key to that drive for Tennessee?
Well, and really I think the biggest thing is a lot of luck. We saw the fumble and we saw Mariota get a few plays going his way, but he has shown a lot of grit today. He has taken some shots, he's gotten lit up, but he has managed to stand his ground, and everything has worked in his favor to this point. He's been very precise, taking advantage of the interior of this defense. And I think that's really the biggest adjustment that we've seen. They took advantage of this interior on the secondary, taking shots down the field, over the middle, really where this defense has been exposed to have their weakness. Give Mariota credit, very precise, and this is why he's in his contract year. Not sure if they've gotten him re-signed,
all right,
but
David,
this is why
this
man
man
is
go back to
due.
Brandon Gaudin on the last play of the game.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
So they tried to go to a corner route, didn't throw it into the end zone. They tried to go to the corner route, did not go. They couldn't get down in time to get that one last time out and shorten up the throw. I don't know if I love that play calling there. Neil, what did you think of the play calling there by Miami and Bronco Beef at the end? Do you just throw it in the end zone there typically?
I think so. I think what he was trying to do is get a shorter completion and maybe set up a long field goal to force overtime. I didn't like the play call. I think that the corner route is a little too slow developing for that. He should have gone with a quick out or a slant with the timeouts left. Great game, though.
It was a great
finish.
game, fantastic all the way back and forth. It was the last game that kicked off today, and it definitely provided the most fireworks as we see the highlights. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. We saw Burns come in after the game, got a little bit of it. This will be archived. We will put it on YouTube. If you guys missed it, you guys will be able to go back and watch it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's kind of hard going back and forth between all these games, but definitely made it easier. Definitely tip your cap to David Roy, also known as WKXT, and Neil Hennessy, also known as Worm Reaver in the VIP League. We definitely thank you guys for helping us out and providing insight. You guys did an excellent job. This by far, I think, graphic-wise, commentary, everything that we did was definitely our best broadcast. We always have a little bit of hiccups. We're not professionals yet, but overall, I think it was a great job, and definitely appreciate you guys and what you did to help us out. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. We will definitely check you guys out on the forum. We'll keep you guys in contact. We'll let you know when our next broadcast is coming up. Don't know when it will be. Probably next week sometime. Maybe a play-by-play. I don't know if we'll be able to get another Red Zone in, but we'll see what comes up. You guys make sure to follow us here on the channel. Follow us on Twitch if you haven't already, and then be sure to follow us on Twitter at PX1 Sports. For David Roy and Neil Hennessy, I am Mike Peters, signing off from the PX1 Red Zone.